Hello.
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 How's life?
I am good. How are you, Mr. Farrar?
I'm feeling shitty.
Oh dear. I wonder how the people out there in podcast listening land are.
You mean the
podophiles, as we're now going to call them?
Yeah, podophiles.
Yeah. How are you doing, podophiles?
Remember, everyone. Podophilia is totally right.
Yes, podophilia is good. Anyway, on with the show. Right, I think I've got to choose a song to start off with. And I tell you what, let's go straight on with a little bit of elimination.
Elimination.
Yeah, elimination. But not that elimination.
No, I mean,
maybe named after the Overkill
I mean,
song.
yeah, it's weird because I think they might be named after the Overkill song, but the vocals don't have that screech.
No,
the vocals
they
are
do
a lot
have
lower.
their own style though, and they are a bloody good band. At least what I've heard of them is good.
They're very good.
I've not heard much of their more recent stuff. I need to check that out. I think they've got a couple of, they might even out at least one album.
We have their classic album, Destroyed by Creation.
That's the one we're going to play today, Destroyed by Creation, and we're going to play a song called Straight to Hell. Sing along, children, because this is a good tune. Straight to Hell. That was Elimination there with a nice little track taken off his. I think that was their first album, wasn't it?
Yeah, which came out in 2010.
Did it really?
And I remember it seemed like only yesterday when that album first came out, and it was getting.
It's been a while.
Everyone was talking about it, saying, "This is the album of the year. This is gonna." And I listened to it, and I thought, "Fucking hell, this is." And for a long time, that was actually one of my favourite albums.
Yeah, and that was Destroyed by Creation. In case anyone didn't know what album that was.
I was listening to Destroyed.
I think they got a couple of albums after that as well, haven't they? At least one.
They got an EP
album.
and they got another album.
All right, we need to check those out, man. We haven't got enough money to buy them though, so hopefully, maybe one day we'll have enough money to buy all these bloody albums that are out there. So many good records out there.
And they're from the Ipswich Norwich area, which is like the German, which is like the Germany of England. If you get what I mean.
No, you're just being bizarre, and as usual.
Because Germans have got that
they've got a good
talent.
thrash scene. I would like to think of them as the tractor area, kind of like the UK Bay area, but it's probably like the ploughed field area or something like that, where all the good thrash bands.
Not really, because London has got some solid thrash bands now.
Right.
After looking into it more, but this band isn't from London, if I am correct. They're from Canterbury, which I believe is in Kent.
Yes,
they're called
is.
Wretched Soul. I know they play London a lot. They have a big London fan base, and this one goes out
They
to.
played last week. I saw them with Hybris.
I wasn't there, but
good
this
show.
one goes out to our good friend Lindsay Griffin, because I know Lindsay Griffin likes them.
Okie dokie.
This is from their album Veronica, and the song is called Summon the Hunter, and the band is Wretched Soul, and they play thrash death metal. That was Summon the Hunter by Wretched Soul from their album Veronica. Now, I really am curious about who Veronica is. If I'm correct,
I know.
I think it might be one of their girlfriends, if I'm correct.
No, not unless their girlfriend is a witch. Because at the show last week, they mentioned this song, and I think she was a witch who was burnt. And I think on the cover of Veronica, I think there's a picture of a burning witch on the front, which I believe is the Veronica in question.
So they're not that. So they are
maybe
nice.
It is their girlfriend.
They burn their girlfriends.
No, maybe their girlfriends are witches. Who knows?
I don't know. Anyways, this one also went out, other than Lindsay Griffin, he also went out to Hedrip Higgins, because we only found out the other day that he actually likes them.
Yeah, and he was at their gig, and he actually did an interview with them for Metal Perv TV, which we haven't actually been able to upload yet, but we'll get around to doing that, and we'll post it on the Metal Perv TV page. So, yeah, by the way, check out Metal Perv TV if you haven't already. Just put it in the Facebook search window, and it'll pop up, and you can see lots of UK gigs on there, lots of live footage, and some interviews. All good stuff. Okie dokie, my turn to play a tune now, and talking of head trips, seeing as we just were, he was supposed to come down and be on this show, but he actually came down last weekend, and we was going to call it last weekend, but he got a little tiny bit tipsy. Just a tiny bit tipsy.
Yeah, so tipsy that he couldn't fucking talk. He could talk.
He could talk, but
he couldn't fucking walk. He couldn't walk. He crashed out on the living room floor. I think he puked a tiny bit on the living room floor. Rebecca had to treat him like a child.
And Rebecca had to change his nappy.
Yeah.
Anyway, that was good fun. Anyway.
Oh yes, and speaking of head trip, I just want to let you know that he's forming a band called Quite Frightening, which apparently is
it's a play on White Lightning.
The cat just fucking meowed in the background.
Yeah, I don't think anyone will mind.
Which is a play on the side of White Light. Shut up, Poppy. Sorry about that. Yeah, so it's a play on White Lightning, and they're going to be a good band, and hopefully I've been accepted into their fold. And the plan is we are going to just stay in the studio and record about 3 albums, not play live until 5 years into our career or something like that.
Well, wait and see how that goes then. Hopefully that will come to pass, but we shall wait and see.
But we're going to dominate London and then take over the world.
Yes, well, that's your plan. That's your plan. Right, whose turn is it to play a tune? It's my turn now, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
Right, enough of your mad ramblings. Oh, that's right, I was going to play a tune for Head Trip again, because this was one of the tunes he was going to play when he came down, but he kind of fell asleep and he didn't quite manage to play it. Anyway, this is Bar Shaskef. This is a band that we checked out at the Unicorn when they played. I think it was the 6th of September. I remember that because it was the day after my birthday. Anyway, they're quality black metal. This is off their album Citra Acra, and the song is called Bitter Sagacity. A great bit of black metal there by Bar Shaskef. I'm hoping I'm pronouncing that name correctly. Anyway, jolly good stuff. And Metal Perv TV was at their show, and we recorded some footage for that. It's another thing you can check out on the Metal Perv TV blog spot if you have a mind to watch live music. Anyway, and quality band. That track was called Bitter Sargassity. And the name of the album is a bit of a mouthful. It's Citra Acra. I have no idea what it means.
Interesting name, bro.
Can't be bothered to look it up. So, what did you reckon of that?
Yeah, they're not bad. They're a very good band. And now I'm going to choose a band from the USA, United States of America.
That's kind of like a USA kind
Just
of.
wave a flag around and whatever. Listen, I'm not going to do that Pledge of Allegiance stuff.
No.
I mean, alright, but
Can you do an American accent though?
yeah, partner.
Good.
Howdy.
Make sure you introduce it in an American accent, boy.
No, because I don't know because I'm just doing the stupid redneck accent, the stereotypical accent. And,
Do a New York accent.
oh, whatever, man. This band is called Power Trip. Now, this band is
Power Trip.
Now, this band, you haven't even heard them yet, Gray.
No, I've not heard them. No.
They are fucking sick. I don't know because I don't know if you're a big fan of your crossover or not, but
Not a huge fan of crossover, but I'm getting more into it. I suppose the more I hear.
I mean, this isn't like the party thrash crossover like about pizza and stuff. No disrespect to bands like Social Bomb.
I like them I like that Social Bomb track last week.
No,
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, no disrespect to anyone who does songs about pizza, but
Pizza's good.
I mean, this is real life issues that Power Trip do.
Right.
I mean, they're crossover
Politically kind of
influenced by the likes of Carnivore, Cryptic Slaughter, you name them.
Right, be more of a serious kind of minded crossover. Yeah, that's fair enough. It takes all sorts, man. The funny stuff is good. The humour stuff is good.
Okay, so this band's called Power Trip. The album is called Manifest Decimation, and the song is called Conditioned to Death. That was Conditioned to Death by Power Drip from their Manifest Decimation album, and they're from Dallas, Texas.
Excellent, another Texas band.
We've played quite a few solid up and coming Texas
bands. We had one
bands.
from Austin, Texas. We had another one from Houston, Texas, and that was from Dallas, Texas. And what was it last week? We had one from somewhere, Port Arthur or something.
That was Social One.
Yeah, wicked. We've had loads of Texas bands.
I just mentioned.
Yeah, good. Texas seems to have a very good thrash scene,
Yeah.
like the Norwich and Ipswich of the America. Maybe not.
Probably stronger than that.
No, well, no, it's all good, man. It's all good. As soon as we can find out, your duty now is to find the band from Texas for next week's show. And see, now you've started this Texas.
Well,
thrash.
I can play a bit of Exalder. They're from Texas.
Yeah, cool.
But they're a bit big though.
Yeah, we try to keep more underground on our show. Mind you, Exalder have never got hugely big, although they're very, very much respected, definitely. Right, my turn to choose a tune now, I believe. I think I'll go with a little bit of heavy metal. This is a band called Snake Eyes. Can't bother to check out the history. I know one of the blokes is from Canada, but they relocated to London. I'm not quite sure they've been going for. I'm gonna have to check that and let you know after the song. But anyway, this is a wicked track off of their album called Soul Stealer, and this song is a right little pacey number called Burnout.
Louder!
Yeah, that was Burnout there from Snake Eyes, taken off of their 2008 album called Soul Stealer. I had a little Metal Archives up to find out some more information about that band.
And their first album came out in 1999, The Journey Begins, so get your hands on both releases, blood.
If you get a chance. In fact, they actually played a show in just in Essex Way last weekend. It was like a day of like heavy metal greats kind of thing. Can't remember what other bands were on the bill. I wouldn't have mind going. I think Cloven Hoof were on the bill. I wouldn't mind going, but it's all money and time in it. I wouldn't be able to...
That was sick.
Yeah, well, anyway, but let me just talk about them. They were originally from London, Ontario in Canada, and they relocated to London, England. They certainly like their London, don't they?
Yep, and it says they formed in 1996. That is ancient. Therefore, these guys are old.
Yeah, okay, I'm sure they'll be appreciated you calling them very old.
Old, but they've got wisdom in them.
Yeah, they're gems, old gems, mate. They're still going, and hopefully they'll have another... I remember seeing they were recording, but I think their vocalist had an accident or something, or he wasn't well or something like that, but hopefully they're all back on track now, and we'll get another album out by them soon.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah. Okay, what are you going to play now, Mr. Fra?
I'm going to play a thrash metal band again.
You're thrashing it up this week.
As always, as I do most weeks.
Yeah, well, thrash. We do have a lot of thrash on this show, but we do mix it up with a bit of old stuff, a bit of death metal, occasional bit of black metal, bit of grindy stuff.
Play anything. Basically, I just play anything that I'm feeling.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so this is a thrash metal band from London.
Are you sure?
Yeah, they're from London.
Okay.
I'm definite. They're called Hybris.
Right, okay.
No, they do live in London.
They live in London. I don't think they're all originally from London, but it doesn't really make a difference.
But they're, just like Necroids, they're London-based.
Yeah,
band,
they're London-based now, yeah. We're claiming them as ours.
Yeah,
if they're playing in London and they're a good band, then they're ours.
Now, the album this album called Heavy Machinery just recently came out. It is a really good album, so anyone who's a fan of any thrash metal, just bloody get your hands on that fucking release.
Good stuff.
'Cause it's so good. And the song is called Shadow Play by Hybris.
Cool.
And this one goes out to Lindsay Griffin as well.
Yeah, and I saw them last week with Wretched Soul at the Black Heart, and they kicked ass.
Sparks
That was Shadow Play by Hybris from the album Heavy Machinery.
Good
and
stuff.
I just said, get the album, and it goes out to my brother Lindsay Griffin, because I know he likes them.
Yeah, Lindsay was at the show last week. He enjoyed them, man. He enjoyed the whole show, in fact. I think he actually DJ'd them, because he does a club, doesn't he? He
promotes...
he does DJing upstairs at the, what's it called? The bloody Intrepid Fox. And I know he played both those bands his last DJing slot, because he liked them so much. Anyway, and we liked them too, so they're both, good stuff. Right, anyway, let's move on with the show. I shall do a little bit of death metal now, a little bit of brutal death metal. This is a quick number. This is really in your face. It like rips your skin off your face and knocks your teeth out. And,
calm down, dear.
And makes you feel
calm
the weather.
Don't go over the top. That is me. I'm the one who's supposed to go over the top with things.
You're the one who waxes lyrical in
Not you.
brutal fashion. No, they are a really good band, and this is a really good song. This is Abaddon Incarnate from Ireland.
Not to be confused with Abaddon from the UK.
No,
Fresh
don't
band.
confuse them, because they're not that similar, though they're both excellently good. This is off their album Nadia, and this track is called I Will Nail You In.
Why?
Because they thought it was a good name for a song.
Let's just play it.
And it is. I Will Nail You In There by Abaddon Incarnate, taken off their, was it 2004, was it?
Yeah.
Album Nadia. I've not actually heard any albums from them for quite a while. I'm pretty sure they're still going, but I've possibly missed out. They've probably got another album out or a couple of albums since then, and I haven't got it because, I don't know, I've missed out. Anyway, but if you don't miss out yourselves, check them out and buy their stuff because they kick ass. Why do I keep saying kick ass today? It's the second time I've said it. I haven't said free my favourite price once, or done my my Halloween laugh.
Or that's back
in the midst of time.
Okay, we cannot do that stuff.
No, that's old school, man. We don't do that shit no more.
Alright, so another band I believe
That
you
shit
podophiles want.
Yeah, High Speed Hangover podcast, music and nut jobs talking.
I'm going to play a very sick band now. They were from London.
I hope they get well soon.
I believe they have disappeared from the face of this earth. They're called River Freshney.
Oh yeah,
they're
River
like crossover hardcore-y, thrashy.
They kicked ass, man. They were fucking excellent.
They were talented, and I know Faraz from Damned's fame enjoyed them in his later years. In their later years, not
I
his
think
later
some
years.
of the Freshney boys are all over the place now, aren't they? They're in Pure Negative, and I think maybe one of them is in Drip Back, I think. I think is there another band? I'm sure they're all part of. I can't remember now. Anyway, but River Freshney were a bloody good band. What are you going to play for us?
This album is, I think, it's from the album Nothing to Catch, which I believe came out in 2007, 2008. One of them golden years when London Thrash was at its peak of its popularity before it, sorry, head trip to piss you off if I say this, before it died down a bit. And this song is called We to Pricks by River Freshney.
Fight your I did it, that's why I'm so happy.
That was Weta Pricks by River Freshly from their album, which came out in 2007 or 2008, Nothing to Catch.
I don't think the year is really that important.
Yeah, but I like to be informative. I like to, if I can, I like to know. I like to let the fans know what year it came out.
Are you definitely sure it was one of them years?
Yeah, because Metal Archive says so, I think.
Oh, right, but you can't remember exactly when it was. So you're not really that informative if you're giving them a choice of 2 years. That's what I would say. Anyway, on with the show. This is something that we got sent today at the High Speed Hangover Facebook page. This is a band called Beckon, and they asked us if we'd play one of their tunes, and we said, yes, of course we will, because we're always willing to showcase new bands. So if you're in a band that are playing some excellent metal, or, you know, thrash, whatever genre, a little bit of hardcore, stroke crossover, whatever, then we're willing to play it. This band, as I said, called Beckon, and this track, I'm not sure it's of a demo or what, but check out their Facebook page and find out. But the track is called God Inside.
Oh God! Oh Jesus Christ!
Just put your body into the box, I don't mind how we play it on the side of
That was God Inside by Beckon. Check out their Facebook page for more information. They've got 3 tunes that you download for free from their Bandcamp. So if you like that, check that shit out, man. Go there and say, hey, we listened to High Speed Hangover podcast and we heard your tune and you kicked ass and High Speed Hangover podcast is really good and people should send them lots of money because they're excellent. Or
Sick.
something like that.
Yeah. And we'd like to apologise to the bands Scarlet Anger and what's the name? Dismantle.
Dismantle. We was going to play them. We will play them. We'll play them.
Time ran out, so
we will play them in the future.
Don't worry, guys. Just maybe a little week's patience. I mean, I believe that you lads are very patient individually, so
not that we'd know because we've never met you before in our lives.
Well, I hope so anyway. So
yeah,
just 1 week, and next episode, you both of you lads will be featured
on the show. Excellent stuff, because they listen to the tunes they posted on their wall and I enjoy both of those tunes, so I'm looking forward to putting them on the show. Okay, I believe it's your choice now, isn't it?
Yeah. This is an old band. They're from the US of A. They're called Death Strike. I bet nobody knows about them.
I bet loads of people know about them.
Yeah, they're like one of them fucking cult bands that that no one knew about back
This
in
is
the day.
Paul Speckman, isn't it?
Yeah, Paul Speckman's Death Strike.
Yeah.
Paul Speckman is a bassist and vocalist, who's mainly famous to be playing in the band which no one knows about called Master.
Stop saying stuff about people not knowing when everybody does know.
Do you know what the funny thing was, right?
You make
I
people
remember discovering Master by myself, and then I posted him on Facebook one time, right? On my Facebook post.
Master on masturbation by yourself.
Master, the band, death metal band, and load of likes. I thought, fucking hell, I didn't know that many people knew about them. I bet they will.
They played with Onslaught just last week.
Yeah, they did.
Yesterday, in fact. Yeah.
Bands like Death Strike, Master, and Abomination, they're like the bands who no one knew about back then when they first came out, but nowadays everyone knows about. Well, not now, because everyone knows about it now.
Yeah, exactly. It's one of those bands, you get quite a lot of that bands don't get as much popularity in their time, and then later on, they just get really taken up by the crowd, like we was saying that about Dream Death.
And Morbid Saint.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, but they deserve it, because they are a good band.
So this is Death Strike, and it's from their album, well, it's like a compilation, but it's an album called Fucking Death, which came out in 1991. Yeah, 1991. I got it right this time.
I hope so.
And the song is called The Truth.
Society to blame. Open your eyes. Clear your fucking mind. All that disguise. Deep in your mind. Fucking mind. Unclear mind. Fucking mind. Society's crime. Buzzing mind. Unclear mind. Buzzing mind. Society's crime.
That was The Truth by Deathstrike from their album Fucking Death,
Fucking death.
which came out in 1991.
Good. That was a wicked tune, but my favourite of that is Re-Entry and Destruction. It's got a really sort of chaotic kind of sound to it, and I just love the way he sort of screams his vocals, or bellows his vocals, whatever you want to call it.
I like
But
his
it's
vocals
brutal.
throughout the whole album.
Good stuff, yeah. Re-Entry and Destruction. I can't do it, obviously.
You could definitely tell where Seppuku probably got their influence from.
You reckon? Maybe so. Anyway, let's move on with the show. I'm going to play some UK thrash now. Now, this is an excellent band who I fear are no longer with us. I think they've split up rather sadly. But they're called Hospital of Death. And
I don't think they split up. If my good policeman friend Spenny Bullen is correct, they are just on a hiatus because they've got families.
Right, what I remember seeing from their posts on their page, there was like a little album they were thinking of releasing called Chili Con Carnage or something, and they were saying, oh, we're not going out, we're not doing anything anymore, this is what the album would have been like, here's a couple of tunes. I got the impression they weren't going, but hopefully it is only a hiatus and they will be back soon, because they had some wicked stuff. I think this is the second album, this one, Surge, Kill, Steal. This is the opening track called Enter Titanus, and I love the way they fucking change the vocals at the end to say Enter Titanus, but that's just me.
Ha ha ha.
Meh.
Satanic more hate, and we're late to waste. We're late to waste. Titanus. Titanus. Titanus.
Titanus! Titanus! That was Enter Titanus there by Hospital of Death, a wicked UK thrash band who we hope are still going and we hope will come back soon with another great fucking thrashing album. Anyway, what did you think of that, Mr. Farrar?
I thought they were very good. I always liked them.
Yeah, I know you like entering a Titanus every now and again.
Oh god, stupid gay jokes over and over again, eh?
Yes, well, you know.
Gay jokes are so 2010.
But they're so relevant for you, that's the trouble.
Whatever, alright, so I'm going to play a good thrash band, well, as Metal Archives like to say, they're death thrash, and tell the truth, I kind of agree.
Death thrash,
they are death
okay.
thrash, but I like to call them thrash metal just because I like to make the thrash scene look stronger than it is. They're from Bristol, which is actually a very good place as well. I mean, it had Rager, who we had, I think, yeah, Rager were from Bristol. Yeah, they were from Bristol, if I'm correct, who we used on the last episode. Exterminus, which have some of the members of Rager. I believe they're from Bristol. I may be wrong, but whatever. Anyways, and Separation are from Bristol as well, so they've got a pretty strong scene there.
Well remembered.
Now these guys are called Bull Riff Stampede, and the album is called Scatter the Ground, and the song is called Thrashing Machine.
Ora sono cazzi vostri.
That was Thrashing Machine by the Death Thrash Titans, Bull Riff Stampede from Bristol, and the album was called Scatter the Ground, which came out last year in the year 2012.
Cool. Now, that was a band, I've seen the name around a lot, bit of Bull Riff Stampede, and I just, the name, I just assumed they were some kind of, I don't know, groovy kind of...
I thought it was.
I
I didn't even think it was a band. I thought the name. I thought it was the name of a fucking event or something like that, or like a Beermageddon or something.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that.
It sounds more like.
Speaking of Beermageddon, I believe Bull Riff Stampede did play at the previous Beermageddon, and they played at 2012 Bloodstock, if I'm correct. But we missed them.
Oh, I didn't hear that.
I think so. Or
I'll tell you what, probably at that
after.
time I would have seen the name for. It doesn't sound like a sort of thing I'd be interested
Or
in.
it was the one.
But it just goes to show you can't judge by a name, really, doesn't it?
I mean, yeah, we can't judge by the name, but
sometimes you do.
But
though,
then
don't
again,
you?
the band don't. I mean, the name isn't shit. I mean, think about it.
No,
Bull Riff Stampede, like a bull, like a fucking charging bull, charging.
Yeah, and then a riff is a-
stampede.
yeah.
So it's like.
I'm not sure what a riff bit comes into there, but- Anyway, what's in the name? Right, talking of names, next band have got a rather cheeky little name. They're called Clunge Plunger. And this is taken off their little album called The Party Illuminati. And the track is called...
Illuminati?
Yeah,
Fucking
the
I'm gonna hide.
Illuminati, they're getting everywhere. And this is a dainty little love song called Frothing at the Gash. Okay, yeah, that was a little bit of a love ditty there by Clunge Plunger. That was called Frothing at the Gash. Now, they play quite a lot around London. In fact, they're playing tonight at the Black Heart, but never mind. I won't be able to see that one because
it's not free, your favourite prize.
No, that's true. It's £6. I'm not going to pay £6. Not when I can see them free in December. They're Unicorn. I think it's December the 6th. They said they're playing at Unicorn again. So they're one of the bands that I've seen on bills loads of times. I've never actually managed to catch. I think I must have got there late about 2 or 3 times and missed them.
It's a curse. It's a curse.
Yeah, so, that's
the powers that be just that. It must be the Illuminati. They just don't want you to see them live.
Yeah, the party
Simple as
Illuminati
that.
and stop me from turning up at the show. That must be what it is. But I'm definitely going to fucking catch them, and I will do some videoing of them because they sound like an entertaining bunch. Okay, I think this is the last tune for the show now, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It went so quick.
I know.
What are you going to play for us?
This is an old old, obscure, new wave of British heavy metal band, or new album for short. They are very obscure.
Right.
Again, they're one of them bands that were not so known back then, but are very known now.
Yes.
They're called Tokyo Blade.
Now, I've got to admit, this is a band I'd never really heard of. So, like you're saying, obscure. I mean, like I never really heard them at all
Exactly,
until
no
you
one-
played it to me a little while back. And
No one knew about them
No.
until a group of young, fresh meat or whippersnappers picked them up and thought, this is some sick band.
Yeah, it's kind of going in cycles, isn't it? Like the Fresh reunion came up and we brought birth to a load of new bands, and now like this gone back, new wave of British heavy metal bands are all becoming big again, aren't they? Which is good. It's good to listen to these great songs from the past.
Alright, so the band's called Tokyo Blade. They're from Salisbury, England, and the album's called Midnight Rendezvous. It came out in 1984, and the song is called Break the Chains. That was Break the Chains by Tokyo Blade from their 1984 album Midnight Rendezvous, which I suggest that everyone gets that or listens to that album, because that album is actually a new wave of British heavy metal masterpiece.
Is that their best album, would you say?
Well, it's the only album I've got and listened to.
But it's a good starting point
Oh,
for
it's a
anyone wanting to get into them.
Damn, yeah.
I need to borrow that from you, I think, to listen to it more, because, like I say, I've hardly listened to that band at all, and they definitely deserve much more listeners than that. Anyway, that's the end of the show. Goodbye, Podophiles.
Oh yes, and I just want to say that I dedicated that Tokyo Blade song again to Lindsay Griffin.
Why Lindsay Griffin? That's 3 songs for Lindsay Griffin this week.
I don't know, just because if we mention his name, because Lindsay Griffin is quite a popular man in the scene, he might tell his mates and say, hey, look,
a popular man? I don't find him popular, I find him an arse.
Yeah, but he's popular with the ladies, despite how gay he can be.
Yeah, if you say so. Alright, Lindsay, enjoy the show.
So hopefully he can plug this and then tell all his mates about it.
Share it to all your friends.
And then that will get us more attention.
And next week's show, we're going to play some songs for Keg's Country, because he likes our show, and he likes it when we post it on people's walls. So we should play a couple of tunes for him next week.
Should we just pay Yeah.
We'll make a Keg's Country dedication, shall we?
Yeah. Just like the previous Steve Lofton one, where we just mentioned him all the time.
Yeah, we'll just pick individual people from the UK scene and badger them in a show.
Yeah, that should be a new thing, actually.
Yeah, cool. All right, Podophiles, catch you next week.
Bye.